In the heart of the wilds, Veth'Arden's tale is woven in shadows. Born to lead, yet longing for freedom, Mavra's path diverged from the one that her kin had chosen. Leaving behind her birthright as the next head champion, she embraced the shadows as her allies and the Night Mother as her guide. She became a whisper in the night, an assassin with principles, a blade for hire, but with a heart bound by a moral compass. But even the moon's glow cannot guide one forever. Seeking a new purpose, Mavra's path led her to El Makat, the heart of the Empire. Within those city walls, she discovered a place where her skills could be honed for more than just profit. It was here, amidst a tapestry of diverse souls, that Mor Kala was born, a fellowship known as the Dark Light. Raised in the cold embrace of betrayal, Riven's journey was one of survival against all odds. Taught that power and wealth determined fate, Riven clung to these beliefs, even as his heart cried out for justice. But the night held more than just darkness for Riven. It held the whispers of the Night Mother. In a pact sealed with shadows, Riven embraced the path of the Hexblade, a force of vengeance fueled by the Night Mother's influence. Guided by this newfound strength, Riven confronted the man who had brought him so much pain. His father's fate was sealed by the very blade he once wielded. But, in his quest for justice, Riven's journey had only just begun. He turned his gaze towards the world beyond, embracing a new purpose. As a bounty hunter, he sought to bring justice to the corrupt and wicked, his path intertwining with destiny in unforeseen ways. And amidst this journey, fate led him to the heart of the Empire, where he stood at the crossroads of a new chapter. United by a shared purpose and the drive for a better world, Riven found his place among the founding members of Mor Kala, the Dark Light. Born to a world that labeled him an outsider, Zephyrian's path was one of seeking connection and purpose. With an unyielding desire to bring light to a world shrouded in darkness, he immersed himself in the teachings of the theocracy. But the faith he embraced collided with the ideals he held dear. As his own morals clashed with the dogma of the theocracy, his path took an unexpected turn. Exiled from the church he had once called home, he found himself wandering the unforgiving tundras of the theocracy, a solitary figure cast adrift. Yet, in the midst of despair, the Night Mother's presence beckoned him in dreams, a voice of darkness and promise. Offering refuge and power, she granted him new abilities, blending the divine healing arts with the dark tendrils of necromantic magic. With newfound powers and an unwavering guide, Zephyrian's path led him to El Makat, the city of opportunity. In a world that had once cast him out, he found belonging and purpose among his fellow adventurers. As a founding member of Mor Kala, the Dark Light. In the realm of ever-changing essence, Uzmir's existence was defined by the primal urge to consume and endure. Born into formlessness, Uzmir's path was an endless cycle of hunger and adaptation. But one Shade Hollow's Eve, when the barriers between realms wavered, destiny twisted its threads. From the depths of the void he emerged, in the form of a boy he had consumed, now his own. With sentience as his beacon, Uzmir wandered the world, discovering its wonders and mysteries. Guided by curiosity, he was found and embraced by a group of Tirkaran elves who took him in as one of their own. But life's tranquility was shattered by the Iron Brand, a nefarious group that sought to exploit the extraordinary. Years passed in solitude, but fate would draw him back into the path of those who needed his aid the most. Joined by fate and a sense of purpose, he embraced the call, becoming an essential member of Mor Kala, the Dark Light. In the heart of the unforgiving theocracy, Wulfrin's journey was shaped by compassion, tragedy, and a thirst for justice. Raised on a modest farmstead, he imbibed the values of empathy and kindness from his parents. A series of unfortunate events shattered his idyllic life when bandits took the lives of his family. Overwhelmed by guilt and grief, Wolfrin embarked on a journey of survival, his innocence transformed into a hardened resolve as he wandered. Fate would introduce him to 6 companions, who would become his found family. Together they confronted adversity, clinging to each other in a world that disregarded their struggles. As they faced darker paths due to unjust accusations, Wolfrin's soul plunged into darkness, haunted by guilt. In a pivotal moment, Wolfrin would join the Order of the Black Fang, becoming a vengeance paladin. Embracing the Night Mother's call, he donned the Dark Knight's Aegis, a pair of gauntlets that would coat him in pitch black armor, granting him the power to exact his vengeance. As a Black Wolf, he sought to eradicate injustice, taking the law into his own hands, though fate's hands would once more intervene, leading him to join the adventuring group known as Mor Kala, the Dark Light. In the realm of Madeira, where shadows linger and darkness threatens to engulf all, the story of Mor Kala emerges, a tale of adventurers navigating the treacherous paths of their own conviction. 5 individuals, each shaped by their past, will forge their destinies in the crucible of adversity. Together they will become a beacon, a dark light illuminating the darkest corners of their world. Mavra, Riven, Zephyrion, Uzmir, Wolfried. Together their paths will intertwine, a fellowship bound by a shared purpose, facing the shadows that loom over Madeira.
Hey everybody, it's time for some Dungeons and Dragons. Also now be heard.
Woo!
So this is the Chronicles of Madeira. I know that intro video was a little bit long, but we're starting quite a ways into the campaign. We went from level 3 to level 5, and then decided we wanted to stream. So we're kind of at the start of a new arc, and that is where we are going to be picking up. Thanks for cheering 50 bits. Yeah, thanks, Veth'Arden.
Are we unmuted now?
Yeah, you guys are unmuted now. You guys can talk. You guys can say whatever you want, as long as it's not genuinely like against TOC.
Welcome to the Chronicles of Madeira, the chronicles of where we get Vecna slowly banned from Twitch.
Yeah.
Or the Chronicles of getting bolted to death.
Yeah.
Whichever happens first.
Whichever happens first. Believe me, the bolt one will happen first. I guarantee it.
Considering we see crossbows in everyone, it might be a close call.
Yeah. But yeah, this is we've been having a lot of fun playing this game, and now that we have a fully formed party and things are kind of set in stone, the players are now heading towards the next portion of their journeys of, I don't want to say heroism, because there's been a lot of non-heroic things that have gone on. Or at least a few.
Whatever could you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
My crusade is justified.
Whatever could I mean? As you guys can see, we have little custom art pieces, all AI generated. It's all really cool. We've gotten a few of us have gotten really good at generating AI art with some of the cool AI art generators. So another thing that I need to have set up is, because normally when we're streaming, I will play music, which is all fine and dandy as long as the music is not just full-on copyrighted.
No more Halo ODST soundtrack.
No more Halo ODST soundtracks. That is correct.
Unfortunate.
Sometimes we just get weird with the battle music. We'll just throw out some random things, and then we'll do battle music that way. But we will not be doing that today, or we'll be doing that going forward. But I do have a few different things, and I will get these started playing. Good. I will also share this in the Discord so all the players can hear it if they so wish to. I've gotten pretty good at mood music. Share applications, that's the one I want. Go live, so now that is being shared in Discord for you guys. And yep, it looks like it's all coming through Twitch as well. So we should be pretty good to go here, guys.
Well, we actually get to stop for 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we're gonna start before 8 o'clock. We're not gonna sit here and bullshit for an hour while shit goes on. No, I'm not willing to do a quick usability test on Roll20. Thanks for the offer, though. Piece of shit. So, this is the Chronicles of Nadira, as you guys have all just become slightly acquainted with the player characters. I will have them go down the line real quick. We'll start with Mavra, since she's already on the left side of the overlay. Mavra, you want to give, I know we just had the video, but just a brief overview of your race, class, and a little bit about Mavra.
Hi, I'm Mavra. I am a Tierkarn elf. I am an assassin rogue. I'm starting out in a journey brought on by my friend River, who kind of came into my village and told me about the outside world, and it was all I ever craved to do. So I went on and I used my skills that I learned in my village as a hunter to become an assassin rogue. I have a moral compass. It's kind of specific to me. Changes a little bit sometimes. And I have a pet rat, an enchanted rat. He's enchanted with conditional immortality. His name is Palaf, and he's cute, and he has pockets.
Alright, we'll move it over to Zephyrion.
Kind met, everyone. I'm Zephyrion, the leader of this party currently, and the only moral compass we have. I am a Death Domain cleric in the service of our patron, the Night Mother. I tend to be the only one that has any kind of moral compass or any kind of design to do any good, and I tend to like watching over Riven in case he does anything unsultry or go after anyone that we really shouldn't be. Aside from that, I have a penchant to do good more than I should, and it's very hard for me to not do the good. I like the good.
Yeah, this is kind of a darker campaign. Alright, Uzmir. Uzmir, are you muted in Discord?
I am muted in Discord. I was eating chips, leave me alone. So I'm Uzmir. It's hard to explain. I guess I'll break the third wall and say that I am a homebrewed race and class based off of the famous reincarnated as a slime. I'd explain my powers like a druid, though without some of the necessities of a druid, I could turn into monsters, but with not based on sight, based on eating them. It's kind of a thing. That's all I really got.
It is actually a really cool homebrew class that I helped him make. I'm a big advocate of rule of cool and letting the players try what they want to try, and so far it has not been too much. We did do a one-shot to get Uzmir into the campaign not long ago, and nothing seemed overtly too overpowered that we didn't adjust prior, but there will be adjustments here and there, just because as we level up, we'll see the other abilities and stuff like that, and we'll adjust accordingly. Alright, moving over to Big Daddy Wolfriend.
Right. My name is Wolfriend Gray, human paladin, level 5. My life has not been one of peace. I was forced away from my home at the age of 15 because my parents were killed, and I could no longer sustain the farm we lived on. So I wandered, fell in with a caravan for a while until I too was forced to abandon them. That night brought me on the path that I am now. A dark night of the Order of Black Fang. I serve in the chapter of Black Wolves, although I haven't told these goobers yet. So.
Alright, and last but not least, Riven.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Riven is a half Tiakara elf with some human mixed in there. He is currently a Hexblade Warlock, but that may change throughout the campaign. Riven is quite interesting because he had a hard life. He always was alone. May have killed his own father because of shady dealings here and there, with the help of his patron, which is the Night Mother. He likes doing things by rule of survival, most of all, as well as trying to look out for the little people, and not so that they won't get trounced by the more influential people. Right now, he is currently on a quest for vengeance for someone that betrayed him while he was doing an odd job as a bounty hunter, as well as dealing with his conflict of faith between his patron and his own moral compass.
Alright, so for not just the players, but for the viewers, last time we left off, a band of heroes known as Morkala had begun their trek to the Blightwood, the home of both Uzmir as well as Mavra. There was whispers and talks of a group of slavers, bandits, magical creature poachers known as the Iron Brand, just all around not good people, burning their way through the forest searching for a certain someone, something, which our players have already come to realize after being confronted and now joined by Uzmir that he is well sought after for his properties as a slime with sentience and his abilities of transformation. He would indeed sell for a pretty penny. On their way through, about 6 days into their journey, there was talks between the group of the seriousness of their actions prior to this in the city of Umbra, the second largest city in the Kingdom of Melja, Kingdom of the Elves. As one of our players, Miss Mavra Thilden, took a man's life in cold blood with no regard to her teachings as an assassin nor her principles, breaking those principles that she set up for herself, and now having to deal with the consequences both mentally for herself as well as the ideologies and beliefs of her allies as well, which can be mixed. A few of the players had some pretty dark and gruesome visions that may set the course going forward. So as you guys have awoken, different points during the morning, snow is falling as winter finally is fully setting in the Kingdom of Melja. You guys begin packing up your tents and getting ready for the rest of this close to 3-week-long journey.
I would also like to say Mavra is still not in Roll20. Mavra!
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I do not see you in there. Maybe refresh your page. I will refresh as well.
I refreshed.
That is so weird. I see her saying hello.
Oh, I see her saying hello. I do not see her
Image.
Oh. Wolfrin's image changed.
He is also a
I
shapeshifter.
refreshed my page. All right, and I'm not changing my Roll20 avatar because I don't feel like it.
That's funny.
This works. This is fine.
That'll be
The stream can't see it anyway. We're good.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put your Fezzy icon up on the screen in the stream, just for everybody.
Kill?
No.
Murder?
All right. So
It's fine. Whatever.
you all begin packing your belongings up, loading up your guys' new carriage. Another journey southward.
I just love when he starts to describe something and then like completely falls off what he was saying.
No, that was the end. This is where you guys are now supposed to play the game. You guys are packing up your belongings and stuff. I'm giving you guys a chance to role play. All right, Zephyrion? Listen me.
Brain damaged.
Brain
Unguided roleplay.
Well,
So-
Revan's gonna be over here, like
Alright.
trying to unpack the tents over here. Mostly trying to make himself useful.
Right. So as you all silently, not speaking to each other whatsoever, not even a word, start packing up your campsite.
I mean, I'm not talking to other people.
I'm lost in thought.
Not yet.
I'm still traumatized, okay?
That's what happened last night. Oof.
I'm getting the axe beaks ready. They're my only friends.
Very
Hey.
well.
who's that?
I'm just dead tired.
Oh yeah, they have exhaustion.
They both do. Both
yes.
Mavra and Wolfrin have a point of
Yeah.
exhaustion.
Oh, I forgot.
Mm,
You have disadvantage on all ability checks.
I'm tired as hell, homie.
Well,
It's
To be
fine.
fair-
I'll get some sleep in the cart.
So, you guys pack all your things up. It takes you guys a little bit. Some of you seem slightly despondent. Some of you distracted by the fauna that you guys keep with you to pull the wagon. As you guys get everything packed up, you start rolling back down the cobbled path, getting more and more buried in the snow as you guys go. As you guys roll through the snow-crisped fields of the Kingdom of Melja, you see the scattered forestry, small bundles of trees and whatnot, the occasional cabin off in the distance, but for the most part, you can go wide distances in Melja without ever coming across another soul. And it's almost peaceful, the quietness, as the snow kind of blots out any additional noise. Not even an echo from the clatter of the axe beaks claws on the cobbled path.
Hey, Zephyrion, I don't really like this quiet. It's making me
give me a
uneasy.
moment. I'm currently trying to think of something that might be able to help us.
No, don't. You're gonna upset the birds.
What do you mean upset the birds? What can we possibly do to upset a couple of birds?
He does have a point. Your ideas haven't really been very, let's put it, well thought of lately.
You know, I was having a thought. Sorry, out of character. How far have we traveled right now from Umbra?
You guys are about. This would be your 7th day of journeying.
Okay.
You got another about 2 weeks
Oh,
before
yeah, just
you are
making
due
sure.
to be in Alari.
I was just thinking here the other day. You guys What do you think about trying to see if the Veil has any information on the attack over there?
You really want to do that?
Well, I can count the amount of people we have on our side on one hand. And honestly, we don't have too much information going in with the Iron Brandon. The Veil, being the kind of entity that they are, would probably be the best people to ask for any kind of information, know anything. Especially since they were coming to Umbra for a mission. It might be related.
Wolfriend and Uzmir, can I have you both roll history checks? Or religion checks?
I'm half asleep or fully asleep at this point. Am I still just like in the corner of the cart or whatever? Am I still making these?
I will say yes, go ahead and make it. I don't know how long it's going to take you to fall asleep in a cart, but just so I have a reference for your knowledge on a certain subject. The religion or history?
Religion or history?
Uzmir don't know shit about religion.
Neither are particularly good.
Okay. Uzmir, you hear words that you're not sure what they might be referencing. You keep hearing the Veil mentioned by Riven and Zephyrion, of which you not heard of a group or an organization known as the Veil. But they seem to be speaking kind of against each other on the matter of getting in contact with them.
Real quick, I'm gonna interrupt. The roles aren't populating in Roll20 or in the stream right now, so nobody can actually see what we're doing. Back in game though, I don't fully understand what you guys are talking about, but it would probably be nice to have some insight with what we're getting ourselves into.
Well, Zephyrion, if you do need some info, I could. I know Johnzor must have some form of connections here. I could search our normal channels and see if I can find some information that way. Better than trusting some spooky masked figures.
Well, remember, it's not like they're exactly our enemy at the moment, or they haven't done anything to really harm us. Well, aside from taking the one item from the caravan, but I'm just trying to figure out what we can do to get some more insight. We don't know what we're walking into, especially with, the little amount of information we do have.
Alright, if you must, I'll also be looking at my own contacts and see which one gets the best information there is then.
Out of the two of you, the options are the one who convinces my friend to murder somebody and the one who just calls her a murderer. I'm gonna have to go with the latter on this one, I think.
Well, I can definitely try and give them a call, or at least try and send a message. I don't know if they'll respond, but I'm gonna write this message out. I had to really think on it. It's 25 words, so I'll be doing that while we proceed on.
Okay. So
25 words. That's oddly fucking specific.
It's a spell called message.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So as you begin to contemplate on the message that you will send, continue on. Aubrey, were you also saying something?
No, I'm just playing with my rat.
that what the kids are calling it these days?
I'm
What?
gonna throw something really heavy at your face.
So, as you guys' journey continues, the spell called message. As you guys continue on your journey, the bumpy cobble road eventually turns more into a smooth and crunching sound of snow that has overtaken the path. For those who aren't familiar with traveling through this area, if not for the occasional line of fencing, whether it's stone or wooden posts, would probably lose your way on the path here.
I'm glad that I'm driving.
So, as you guys are going through, it becomes a bit eerie at a certain point. And Uzmir, even for you, the snowy landscape around you becomes repetitive almost. And though there was few fauna, flora before, there's even less so now. You stop seeing birds altogether. The small groupings of trees begin to dwindle, and you start to smell burning, almost. And is everyone else inside of the carriage except for Uzmir? Is anyone sitting outside the carriage, like on the buckboard with Uzmir?
I'm normally sitting on the back like I normally do. I just don't think I've changed it because I was working on this.
Okay.
Working on this little thing.
Yep. Well, that's where I was sitting on the back.
Yeah, I think Riven and Wolfren may just take turns sitting in the front, with one of them just walking alongside the caravan.
Well,
Wolfren's
I
sleeping.
mean, there's room
Yeah, you're
inside.
sleeping. All right.
I'm
then
trying
he's-
to get whatever sleep I can.
Yeah, then Riven's just gonna be taking turns between sitting next to Usmir and walking along.
Okay.
Like right now, he's outside.
So not.
Oh, so I sent. I finished.
Go ahead.
I finished the message here. I can send it to you real quickly.
Well, you
I'm
go
just
ahead
gonna be
and
sending it while.
you send it to me, but also speak it out.
Yeah, I'll read it out. That's why I'm saying it to you so you can have it.
Yep.
The message he's gonna read. Liliana, it is Zephyrian. The Blightwood was attacked by an organization known as the Iron Brand. Is there anything you can tell me about them?
As you send off the message, there's a few minutes of silence that pass where you think maybe she didn't get the message. Then you hear almost a bang, like you are hearing more than just words coming from her side of this message, as you hear heavy breathing, and then you hear Liliana's voice going, Zephyrian, where are you? Do not. And then for a moment there's silence again, and then you hear, the Iron Brand is... And then it cuts off. You wait for a few minutes to see if there is any more to the message, but nothing comes. After 15-20 minutes, kind of resolve yourself to knowing that no other words will be coming through.
Well, that was cryptic.
That doesn't sound
Anila?
great.
I got a message back from Liliana. She sounded, I don't know, labored, or as if she's fighting. She asked where I was, and then had a broken transmission, kind of like saying not to, and then the Iron Brand. That's unfortunate. I wish we could have gotten something from them.
We figured out what we're getting ourselves into. It sounds like they're still there.
Yeah, sounds like they're also entwined in this somehow.
Who would have thought we're gonna have to rescue them?
I don't know about rescue. You're just upset because you don't want to see Lucian again.
See them again.
I think.
Let's carry on. There's nothing else I can do other than send another message, but I don't think there's any point to doing so.
Well, maybe you could try and tell her where we are and see if they're close by.
Sure, I can try and send more, but well, I guess there won't be any harm in doing so.
You said she asked where we were, or where you were, correct?
Correct.
I can at least give you a rough location, but you can tell her that we're on the way to Ithalor.
All right, I can at least respond with that. Hopefully she gets it.
The name Ithalor rocks through me like a gut punch, and I kind of bend over a little bit.
So, as you prepare this information for a secondary message spell, something kind of rings in your mind, Zephyrion. And it's unusual. It's not like the connections with the Night Mother that you've had in the past, and not a vision by any means. But for a moment, you see vision clear as day behind your wagon as you sit on the back bunk. See two masked figures you recognize as Lucian, and you recognize as Liliana. And then it fades for a moment as the snow drifts kind of head with the wind, and as this powdery snow kind of covers their visages, the visages are gone.
What a time to have a vision. I'm still going to prepare the message or the sending spell. And I'm just going to reply or send out the message. We are currently passing through what was it? What was it, Uzmir?
We're on our way to Ithalor?
We're on our way to Ithalor.
That's the end of your message.
Yep, that's it.
So, as your hopefully not too confusing message goes out, it's about 5-10 minutes before you get to reply that says, it's not in Alara's voice. Or sorry, it's not in Liliana's voice. Hear a man's voice as it goes, Veth'Arden, I know that name. Is that you, boy? Back from Alcor. You come anywhere near here, we'll gut you. Should have gutted you before. That is the end of that message.
Do I recognize the voice?
Roll a history check with advantage.
Roger, give me a moment.
With the big advantage. Double nat 1.
Yeah, with my luck.
Oof.
Well, with advantage, so I had the 16.
Yes, the 16. So, I'm pulling up notes now.
Let me do that also, because I'm sure this is going to be new to me.
Alrighty. Oh. So you recognize the name of the person's voice. Cedric Elowen. More importantly, Captain Cedric Elowen. A formidable figure in his own right. Last you'd seen him, he was probably in his late 40s. Very imposing presence. 6 foot tall, robust, well built. You can picture his weathered face bearing marks of scarring and burning. And you know this man. He is the one who threw you out of Allcourt Keep. He is the guard captain, or at least was the guard captain of Allcourt Keep. The Theocracy.
Night Mother, I see why you designed me to go to Umbra now. This just got very personal. Riven,
Oh, what?
Mabra. It seems I have stake in this as well now. Something may have happened to our friends with the veil. The second message I sent to Liliana, she didn't receive it, it seems. It was intercepted by a man I have a sort of history with. And I don't think it's going to be a very fun time going down there, to be completely frank. He's the man who was in charge of the guards over at Allcorp where I come from. He's also one of the people who threw me out.
So you agree that we need to go and kick his ass then?
I agree that this has got a lot more complicated.
What's there to be complicated about? Just go in there, let's kick his ass, let's save these mantle masked fucks, and then you'll get some reward from them, and we get rich, we get revenge. It's perfect.
Well, you have to think about it this way, Riven, and I know that's very hard for you to think, but this man is a captain of the guards for Allkeep. What is he doing this far down? He beat me here, but I only spent a few months in. Sorry, my head is just... You know, Riven, sometimes we have to really take a moment to think about what this impacts other than your reward or your money.
Zephyrian, I have a question I'm going to ask you in Elvish.
Sure, go for it.
Do the dead like you do? Do they control the dead like you do?
No, Mabra. I got my powers from Night Mother when she saved me on the mountain that one night. I used to be a regular cleric beforehand. I wasn't very good at my job, but I was very good at studying, which led to a lot of contempt for me because I was starting to, rise above where they thought a half-breed should be. And it led him to throw me out.
I see.
But it seems that he is there, so the the theocracy has some sort of stake in this. I could at least assume. I don't know anything about if he is part of the Iron Brand. I'm just gonna assume so now, but it saddens me to know that part of my home is here.
Even so, don't you have a new home now, Zephyrion?
Yes, a much smellier one, thanks to you.
Well, still, doesn't change the fact of what we need to do. We can overcomplicate this, or we can just do what needs to be done. Get Mavra some closure, get Uzmir some vengeance, and get you some answers to your questions. What more is there need to be said?
I don't think I've ever said that I've wanted vengeance once.
Oh, maybe I'm just putting my own morals and values on you. Sorry about that.
This is how you got somebody murdered.
You're very right on.
Yes.
Can we stop talking about that?
I'm sorry.
He's not.
I can at least pretend to be.
See, he wasn't.
You're both insufferable.
I'm going to take a nap.
For the best.
Look like death.
That should be a compliment.
It's not. She's supposed to be alive.
But death is the Night Mother. What do you mean?
Alive looking like death is not the same as dead looking like alive. Calm down, Necro.
He caught your neck cut out.
I'm settling down inside of the carriage.
Anyway, stop distracting me, Zephyrion. I'm trying to keep a lookout out here.
Aren't we all currently on lookout?
I'm driving.
Yeah, while looking out ahead. You've been fairly quiet, Wolfriend. Something on your mind?
He's sleeping.
Oh, he is sleeping. I forgot.
Yes, which is what we're taking watch. Because, well, Wolfrun is pretty much dead at this point.
I'm not
and,
dead.
well, might as well be. And, Mavra, well, yes, that. So, it's just us three, basically. So,
Oh, great.
As your guys is arguing and bickering on, the journey kind of drifts into a few days of just quiet. You guys still have your conversations normally would. Wolfriend and Mavra get enough rest to belay their points of exhaustion.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yes.
Hell yeah, dude. Banana bread? That fucking works, dude? Hell yeah.
I'm so glad I have my spell slots back. Time to prep different spells.
In a few days more go by, and in the second week of your journey, you've seen one or two wagons pass you guys, but for the most part, people tend to steer away from travel during these winter times. Only the necessities, ever, never anything more. It isn't long before you all find yourselves much closer to the forest that Mavra once called home, as well as
While we're traveling, before you continue that, has there been any, like I know I asked last time, but I just want to remind you, I've been looking out for bodies on the side of the road still. Have we encountered any? Just like with all the burning or anything that might be happening?
So, as far as bodies on the side of the road go, We're about to get into that.
Roughly 3 squirrels.
Roughly 3 squirrels. 12 doggos.
During our downtime, however, I have still been reading my book, sir.
Okay. Do you manage
So-
to read your book to the point of the... What is 72 hours in total, or is it 48?
I'd have to look again. I think it's 48. I don't remember. Manual of Gainful Exercise. 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer.
Okay. So, after those required hours of reading and learning about gainful exercise through this manual, you get to the last page, and as you read off the last words, of which say, "And remember, never skip leg day," book dissolves. Becomes ash that flows into the wind, becoming one with the snow and the surroundings. And you gain the benefits of, I believe, +2 to your strength?
Yes.
Damn, I was hoping to read that one next.
So
Funny thing is, that's not how that was supposed to work.
You mean?
It's supposed to just lose its magic and then it regains it in a century.
Yeah, it'll reappear in a century.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I didn't want to carry it.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely around then. Well, wait, Mavra will be around then.
Mavra's the only one.
Oh, no, I'll be around then.
Oh yeah, Booster.
If I don't die.
Shouldn't we like all be around there except for like maybe one of us looks at Wolfriend?
Stares at Wolfriend
The
concerned.
one that wants to read it.
Such is the limits of my biology. No sense worrying about it.
Hey. I want to let me... Sizing right on some of this stuff is a little frustrating. You want it to be visible, you don't want it to be far too long. Okay. So as you finish that book about pretty late into the night, you guys begin travel up the next day, and as you begin going down this wooded path, you come out into a small, somewhat of a clearing where you come across a blockage in the road.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I think we could jump it.
You can
We should
famous last word.
we should probably check the area.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
As we see the carriage, I want to take a look around, see if I'm like noticing any rustling in like the trees surrounding us,
Yeah,
or any
well,
kind of.
fine, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna like look around for any kind of signs of life.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
I'm
Damn.
perceiving.
Perceptive is advantage.
As you begin scouting out your surroundings, how far are you going away from your guys' wagon?
I'm not going anywhere just yet. I'm currently trying to just see around us. Like, it's gonna be my first reaction of hearing that there's a blockage. I'm gonna jump off the carriage here and kind of just like see that it's there and like start looking around us like vigilant.
Okay. Yeah, as you do so, you begin surveying these surroundings, of which you see no humanoid life forms that you can perceive in your area, but you do see in the trees surrounding a number of ravens. Purplish black feathers, probably about 20 to 30 of them scattered throughout the trees surrounding this thing. Blockage on the road. Not acting on anything, but just almost observing you all and observing the area themselves.
I'm checking on the birds. Not those birds, my birds.
How many? Like, as I start walking towards the carriage that's in front of us, how many people do I see like laying there?
As you begin walking up, you see two bodies laying alongside the carriage.
Can I check the carriage for traps?
Yeah.
I'll just keep an eye out as well.
Okay, so go ahead and roll investigation, Mavra.
Just a second.
As you look around the carriage, kind of observing its wooded exterior, looking around, you don't notice any immediate traps that are attached to or part of the carriage or that.
Okay.
Mavra, what do you see?
Nothing. It's not. The carriage itself is not trapped. It does not seem like.
All right. I don't really sense anything around us, but we do need this out of the way.
Riven's gonna summon his packed weapon as soon as he heard it's blocked.
Do I hear him summoning his pack weapon?
Yes.
Riven, what are you doing?
Just a precaution. You know what happened last time? It was a big boom.
You're very right on that.
I need to check some.
I'm also going to ready my weapon just in case. But I'm going to start walking over towards the wagon.
Yeah, I have my sword on my back.
Do the birds seem uneasy about the situation?
60.
The birds seem like they're paying more attention to you all as you're observing the wagon than they are the wagon themselves. And as your party begins to move around, the birds kind of flit about the trees, changing position to make sure that their views of you all doesn't change.
I meant my birds.
Can I take out my Bane Hunter and use it to try to detect any undead presence around us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
It's a wisdom modifier.
Yep. Then I will have Uzmir go ahead and roll either animal handling or insight.
$15.
Okay.
Wait, is this asking you waiting to do something with him right now?
Let's see.
Bobby's reading his notes.
Yeah, I am reading notes. So with 15, you see the two axe beaks are overly concerned with the ravens in the trees. They don't seem to want to go any closer, and as you kind of gaze into their eyes and using your own animalistic faculties that you have in your senses, they are not paying as much attention to the careened wagon more than they are paying attention to the birds in the trees.
Does Riven
Say that again,
Wagon?
Revan. You broke up.
Oh, does Riven see any ravens on his side?
Yeah, they're as you guys move around, they are probably numbering over 100 in this area at this point in time.
All right. Riven is gonna try and cast Flock of Familiars.
Okay. Can I have you roll a religion check?
Mm-hmm. This isn't gonna help us. Oh.
Um. So as you do this, you strain for a moment, trying to grasp the powers granted to you from the Night Mother, and for a moment you think that the spell is not working. You can't quite grasp the same magic that you've felt before. It takes a minute, and your concentration kind of bears down as your 3 ravens appear in front of you.
Oh, that was strange.
You have these 3 ravens.
Yep.
I feel like I made.
You did. Poor Rowena, Morgan, and Tansen.
I don't think I made custom tokens. I think I just made some raven tokens for them.
All right. Now that I have them there, let me just take a spell slot. So Rowena right here is gonna go to the towards the left.
Okay.
Townsend's gonna go this way, and Morgana is gonna go south, past our friends over here. Well, the one on the left, Hanson, is gonna talk to well, not try to talk, but he's gonna try and get close to the other ravens, see what they think of him. Try to blend in, so to speak.
Okay. As your ravens begin approaching the other ones, you see the ravens native to this area who've been watching you all. Give your ravens a wide berth. They are trying to keep their distance from your ravens, untrusting almost.
I don't know if any of you guys have noticed yet, but there's a lot of birds, and our birds definitely do not like them.
Well, they seem to not like mine either.
We should check to see if the bodies have been looted. At least then we can check and see if it was bandits or not.
Did I sense any undead with my bow?
Oh, yes. So as you push out the bow's influence around you, these kind of waves of energy that you sense, almost like an echolocation, ring out from the bow. And as the magic collapses back in on you, I've sensed no undead. What all does it sense? Undead, fiends, and...
Just undead and fiendish creatures.
Okay. Don't sense either dead or...
Okay.
Is Morgana the one down by the bodies? Riven?
Yes. She is gonna pass by the bodies, try to get a closer look without trying to set anything off.
As Morgana flies over and approaching on the ground near them, she lets out a squawk, and as you kind of activate the flock of familiars, you can still look through the familiar's eyes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and as you kind of push your presence into Morgana's form, you see two bolts sticking out of the chests of both of these dead individuals, one in each of their chests, with a piece of parchment on the woman's chest that has been basically stapled into her chest with a bolt.
Riven just sighs. Hey, think we're dealing with crossbows again.
Ah, not crossbows again. And
Is
this time we
this
don't
something you encounter often?
We used to have a friend named Shiro. He, for lack of better terms, was a pain cushion for them.
Used to? Did he die?
He's no longer with us, so I can't. At least
he's
can't
dead.
say. No.
Oh yes, he is dead. He died a
Riven?
very gruesome death.
Riven, he did not die a gruesome death. He went back
Yes.
home to settle some.
Shiro had to go back home. Ugh.
Home as in the afterlife. Anyway, what I was saying is, those bodies have lots of bolts in them, so it was probably an ambush of sorts. Probably caused by bandits.
All right.
As Riven's gonna go back into controlling his familiar and try to explore towards the trees past the bodies over here. But try to get like in a range where the raven is flying a bit higher to avoid any like bolts or arrows.
Sorry, I was snacking. I was hungry. As your raven flies off, Wolfriend, are you approaching the bodies?
Yeah, I'll start investigating the bodies at this point.
Okay.
You said one of them had a piece of parchment essentially stapled to their chest
Yeah,
by
so
a crossbow bolt.
as you approach, these are two Tirkaran elves, fairly young looking, probably their 20s to 30s. And they both have a single crossbow bolt piercing their chest, and the woman has a note like on the crossbow bolt, like the crossbow bolt was put through the note.
Right. Does the note say anything?
You wrote the note off?
I mean, can I read it from where it is?
It is upside down. Nope.
Alright, I'll pick it up, I guess.
Okay.
Famous last words. I'll pick it up, I guess.
It's just paper. What's the worst that could happen?
You have a -5 to all abilities.
Let's see. As you pick up the note, you see it is written out with not too many words, but it is directed towards a specific person. says, "To the Black Wolf, welcome to our home. This path is treacherous. The stakes that we are placing here are high. Your Kara are not the first to fall, but they could be the last, depending on you. The closer you tread, the more the crimson the trail will become. And believe us, we relish the chase, eager to embrace you with open arms. But know that this hunt excites us more than anything, so please, you're invited to join in. Kill away, Black Wolf. Pursue if you dare." And then it's signed Victor.
Gods damn it.
What is it, Wolfrin?
Take a look at this. I'll hand over the note.
Victor. Why does that sound familiar?
The god's forsaken Iron Brand captain that I've killed.
Ah,
Or I was led to assume such.
what do you mean, assume such?
I killed him with my own hands. And yet... No. No, it's more likely someone's using his name.
I'm gonna walk up to the corpses. How fresh do they seem? Like, do they seem like something that happened recently?
Roll a medicine check.
That's a nat 20. No, it's not. I wish.
Dirty 20.
I know. One day I'll get my nat 20.
Hey. As you look and examine the bodies, these bodies have been here probably about 4 or 5 days. At first it's hard to tell with the snow, their bodies are pretty well preserved, but even with the amount of reduced decay, you can tell that they've been here at least almost a week.
Well, regardless of who it is, it looks like they have a weak head start on us.
Of course they do.
It doesn't seem like we're in too much danger at the moment. We should probably focus on getting this cart out of our way.
Malver, have you gone around the wagon as well to see the bodies?
Yeah, I just checked the whole wagon for a traps member.
Yep. So as they are gathering around the bodies, both Wolfrind and Zephyrion, as you are coming across again, you take a better look at the elven figures, and you recognize these two. I mean, they're not much older than you, but you do recognize them as Lyriel and Thandor Elendor. I mean, you've trained with them when you were kids, you played together. Though they weren't part of the quote-unquote nobility, they weren't bad people by any means.
I know these people.
Is that a bad thing?
They were my friends.
Oh.
Well,
That's...
twould not do to leave them here like this. Shall we bury them?
I had a better plan than bury them.
Better?
Whatever could you mean?
You do know we're about to head into possibly one of the biggest fights of our life, right?
They're my friends, Vera.
Potentially.
I'm a necromancer. Half of my powers have yet to be used. We've been looking for bodies this entire time. Them being your friends shouldn't discourage us from using them. In fact, it should give us more of a reason to. They can at least give us some assistance in slaying their enemies.
Sir
They're
Grimheart,
my friends.
surely you can't be seriously suggesting this.
They're not fodder for you.
They would never be fodder.
Also, you don't understand any of this, Wolford. I'm saying it in Elvish.
Right.
I'll be responding to her in Elvish as soon as she starts speaking it. Mavra, you have to think of it in the bigger picture. We need more hands going into this. Would you rather us bury them here and have no use out of them, and also set us behind on our trip when we could be going towards your home to be saving more of your family, your friends? We need all the help we can get.
They're not going to be your puppets.
You do know most of the people we're going to be encountering, you're going to know some way or another.
That doesn't justify you using them.
Do the Axbeaks look like they're gonna run away if I leave them unattended?
No, they just don't look like they want to proceed.
Huh. I don't know even if we move this cart if these guys are gonna want to go.
Why is that,
Riven.
Uzmir?
I'm talking to Riven. You guys
Oh,
are
you're
over
talking
there.
about- Got it.
Can Riven still hear Usmir even though he's controlling the Raven over here?
Yeah, you can still hear.
Well then, do we have to go on foot then?
I'll try to get them to go once we move this cart, but you keep watch. Is he
Well,
able to move? Are you able to move around while you're doing whatever it is you're doing?
I thought not. That's why I had to stand still, I think.
No, he can move around. He's just
Yeah.
blind because he's
Okay.
looking through a raven's eyes.
Yeah, so I can move around. Just please don't do anything that will put me in danger.
I'll take you up here, and I'm gonna grab him by his arm and move him up here.
Oh, okay. I'm being moved. Okay.
Just hang out here so you're not in the way.
Oh, great. Also, can you tell the rest of them to get moving by trying to get their asses moving? I really don't want to keep my eyes up here for too long.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
As
Hey,
Raven's gonna try and scout more further ahead.
Okay.
While they're
So, as your raven begins to scout further ahead, you don't see anything out of the ordinary through its eyes immediately. Can you go ahead and roll a perception check?
with the Raven.
Yeah, with the raven.
Let me bring up the page again. Where is it? Perception is wisdom modifier, right?
Yep. As it flies around, there's a moment where you see something shift, and then you feel yourself jutted back into your body. Can I have you make a wisdom saving throw?
Ooh, that
Everyone?
is the Rave.
Yeah, roll a wisdom saving throw with Riven, not the Raven.
Got it.
As your mind is jutted back into your body, you immediately feel a portion of your control over the spell gone, and one of your ravens is gone.
Guessing the southern one, right? No, not Morgana. Ugh, dang it. My head.
that time.
Uh, the, there must be some sort of spell or magic foot. The something caused my connection to my raven friend to be broken. I don't know what it is, though. I couldn't get a good glimpse of it. But something shifted, and then I could no longer see.
Did you say magic foot?
No, I did not say magic foot. I just said magic afoot, I said.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I thought
magic
you said magic
around
foot.
us.
I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Hey, Wolfriend.
Hmm?
Could you give me a hand over here, please?
Oh, of course. And we're lifting the cart off the road?
I was picturing grabbing it from this end and like dragging it that way. Pointing.
Oh, I pictured rotating it this way off the road.
Whichever works, as long as we can get the birds and the cart through.
We should be able to rotate it just fine.
On stream. Each of you can roll an athletics check, or one of you can roll with advantage.
Each roll, or
I don't know. Let's roll a d20 to figure out what we're gonna do. You want above 10 or below 10?
Above?
All right, and what should above be? You want a dual roll or single roll?
Let's just both roll. I friggin'
All right.
Alright.
We're
You
gangsters.
both putting your strength together are able to maneuver the wagon, pulling the front end off the road.
That's enough room to get us through, yeah?
I'm just more amazed we moved those barrels without touching them.
Yeah, you scooted the wagon, it hit the barrels, and it pushed them along. How cool you all are.
All right, I'm gonna go try to coax the axe beaks into moving. They don't seem like they're super thrilled about this.
Right. What is Zephyrion doing in this moment?
I'm currently staring at Mabra.
Alright.
We were in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, we were currently like staring at each other in like a silent match off. She wants to bury her friends and be, what's the word? Or she wants to give them burials, and I want to use them to help us in our current journey.
They don't belong to you, Zephyrion.
Neither do they belong to you.
They're dead!
Exactly my point.
Sir Grimheart, a word, if you please.
Not now, Wolfriend.
Yes, now. Look. These people, they were her friends. It wouldn't... Please, can we just step aside for a moment? Please?
What are you going to say? Something she doesn't already know? We've been arguing this fact for a moment. These are people, and I'm just going to assume, they're not people you're super close to, Mavra, because they don't seem to be in your social strata. The closer and closer we get, the more she's probably going to know the people.
How loud are they
Doesn't
talking?
make it
Is
okay
one
for you
thing-
to use them like your puppets.
They're not being
Tis
quiet.
one thing to see them dead. To see them reanimated is another thing entirely. She doesn't need this.
And this is my point. You would have me kill our enemies and then turn them into puppets then? I'd have to
Yes.
wait until they're dead and the fight already being over.
Can I interject?
What is it, Uzmir?
First off, you said that they're not in her social standing. I'd hate to say it, but I'm not a noble either, and I was Mavra's friend growing up, so can you be less of a pompous dick about it?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Social
monster. I
standings
didn't know that
don't
we were
matter
going.
here like they do where you're from.
Did you just say that I'm a monster in the regards that I don't have feelings?
Not you, not in the regards of feelings. No, that would go to Riven over there. Monster isn't actually being a monster. I was more alluding to the purpose that you're a special case. You're not exactly what one would call the usual resident.
That doesn't matter where I'm from. Everybody's the same. We just have different jobs. They were my
You know,
friends. I grew up with them. I trained with them. I fought with them. I hunted with them. I ate with them. They were my friends. And you know what? Seeing them dead on the ground like this, I don't feel bad. It was his life for theirs, and he deserved it. He and his friends, he and his ilk, they brought it upon themselves. I don't care that I killed him anymore. I don't care that I slit his throat. They deserved better. They're innocent.
for someone who doesn't care, you're
Storm off over
awfully.
here.
I'm gonna grab you before you
Please.
go.
Okay, roll. Zephyrion, roll athletics, and Mavra, roll acrobatics.
Oof, did not have athletics with me today.
Yeah, you go to grab her, but she's able to like pull through your grasp and not able to keep her there.
Fuck off.
Zephyrion, could you go try to talk to her before you do whatever it is you're gonna do?
Uzmir,
No.
this is the thing. We are about to go into a really terrible fight. We all know it. At this point, she's been emotionally unstable for days. She's been sitting in there sulking to herself. I'm trying to do what I think is best to keep more of her friends and family alive. It's not like I will be using them forever.
Look, we have allies.
Do we?
If it's truly so important to you, I will see to it that you have more fodder for your undead army. Just not these people. All right?
Why do you all refer to them as fodder? I've never once called them fodder. You were the one putting that moniker on them.
Look, I've dealt with
Finish the sentence.
just-
Say it.
No. Look. Is this? Lady Ithilden's been through enough already. Alright?
And she's about to be through a lot more. At this point, do you really think this is saving her any kind of feelings? We're sitting here arguing on the side of a road when we should be moving. And I'm just going to start walking down the road.
Okay.
Since obviously we already started moving stuff.
The carriage is still back there.
That's fine. I'm just going to start walking.
Wolfriend?
Hmm?
Can you go distract Mavra, please?
Right. I'll do what I can, I suppose. See to it Sir Grimheart doesn't raise the dead. Not these dead, at any rate.
I will.
And I will go over to Mavra.
Okay. Uzmir, what are you doing?
First, I'm gonna see if Mavra's looking in this direction.
Mavra, are you looking in that direction?
I'm absolutely looking that direction because I'm so tempted to just punch Zephyrion in the face.
Yeah, you turn around and Mavra is like staring that direction, more attention towards Zephyrion than would be in her periphery.
I look at her and wave a little bit, and then I just tell her to turn around, like just motion with my fingers.
I'm going to shrug at you and like shake my head, like, what do you mean turn around?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. What?
As I reach down to start to grab the body.
Oh.
To pick it up.
Hold on,
Luckily, I'm
hold on.
turning around.
I'm just picking up the body to move it.
Nom nom sound.
Right,
Do you
right, of
you
course. Well,
want to?
and
You really want her to watch me just carrying dead bodies around of her friends?
that's fair enough.
Hey, Wilfred, what's going on? I've been blind for 5 minutes. And all I hear is arguing over there. Zephyrion's an idiot over there. What is going on?
Sir Grimheart wishes to raise the dead.
Yes,
The
I
dead.
got that part a little bit, so I guess he didn't get what he wanted.
Look, the fact is this. Mavra knew these people. Right? And Zephyrion wants to deny them sound rest for the time being. Now, I'm not opposed to him raising the dead necessarily, just not these dead.
And that's fine. It's practicality
Surely,
versus the group. Look, I get Zephyrion's point, I do. But for once, I'm not going to be a dick about it. Mara's my closest friend, and I wouldn't want to do something that would just, make her even more traumatized than what I did to her already.
look. Way I see it, we're going into combat. We need to be of sound body and mind both. Seeing her friends shambling around as husks of the people they once were, that's not good for a mind.
Okay, well,
And a compromised mind is a compromised body.
Wolfrund, I'm not
Yes.
much of a good speaker. In fact, I make things worse by even just being alongside someone. So, I need you to talk to Mavra. I'll keep an eye on Usmir and Zephyrion. Make sure they don't, do anything to the bodies that would cause her any harm. Is that fine?
That's fine.
Alright, then I'm
That's
just gonna
fine.
look through my Raven and just keep an eye on them. And if something happens, I'll holler out, like, I don't know, what should I say? Should I say,
They're right
dickhead in
there.
danger?
Can you? They're right there. Just, can you be there physically?
Well, it's hard because I can't see. I'm right now I'm controlling my Raven friend over there. As he points to the sky.
Can you stop for a moment?
Well, then it's gonna be very hard to do that again, but fine, so be it. As everyone's gonna cancel the concentration on the flock of familiars. So they're gone now.
Well, wait, you don't
Nope, they're gone now.
you don't have to do that to stop seeing out of their eyes, do you?
No.
No, but Riven's dumb.
Well, okay. No, that's
okay, I can see now.
fine.
Yes. Alright, I'll just go down here. Hey, Usmir.
Riven. Would you be willing to assist?
Yes. Yeah, he'll grab the legs and I'll grab the arms, I guess.
You can't carry a body? Okay, whatever.
Where are you guys moving them to?
Over here. Next body.
Them out beyond Mavra's sight.
Okay.
It also dawns on you, Uzmir, you've seen these before, though you weren't like acquainted with them in any way. You had seen them around the village, seen them play with Mavra before, but never really interacted with you. And Invader's in.
Oh. It doesn't ever get easier watching people that you knew. Could I have a minute, Riven?
Sure. Just since you seem to know them as well, I'll just be over here. Call me when you're ready to bury them.
I don't think he realizes we don't have a shovel.
He thinks Uzmir is the shovel.
Are you trying to stealth back there, Riven, or?
He's just gonna give him some space, so he's not even looking towards Uzmir. He's just there.
Or gruesome nom nom. What are you doing, Uzmir?
So as nobody can see me now, I'm gonna bend down and touch both these bodies, and as I do, the black ooze, or not black, the green ooze is gonna like pour out from my hands across them, and I am going to make them both disappear.
Oh no.
As you do this, Riven, you hear a like slimy slurping noise for a moment.
Oh fuck. As Riven's gonna try and run as fast as he can when he hears the noise.
Come around and you see Uzmir, no bodies.
Uzmir?
They're buried.
Yeah, and I'm an idiot. Riven's gonna try and see exactly what happened here.
No trace of them. There's a little
So
bit
you
of blood
buried
on
them.
the snow, but that's about it.
Can you dig them back up and confirm that they're buried?
You convince a girl to murder somebody, and then you try to get me to dig up graves?
Yes.
Not happening.
Also, Riven, you're not the smartest fellow, but also the snow here is not disturbed any more than what it was when you guys dropped the bodies on top of it.
And I am very insulted that you think I'm that much of an idiot. I may be an idiot, Uzmir, but even I know that you haven't even touched the snow.
And I know that you don't want to traumatize Mavra any more than you already have, and I don't got time to waste
Oh, you are a
burying
prick.
bodies when my home, as well as Mavra's, is currently on fire and overtaken by the Iron Brand. We've wasted enough time here. They're not going to be raised. We don't have to worry about Zephyrion anymore. We can tell Mavra that we buried the bodies like we should have. We would have spent hours here trying to dig this grave by hand.
And she was your friend. Don't you think those minutes and those hours are worth something?
Closure's closure.
You're a prick.
Monster.
Of course I am.
Well, friend, what are you and Mavra talking about while they're quietly with?
He's gonna have to talk to Maverick because I am shaking in rage.
Did I get that note back from Zephyr? Or I
Zephyrion,
just showed.
I think you just showed it to them.
Okay.
No, he
yeah,
handed
yeah.
it to me, I thought.
Or that was my thought as well, but like.
Yeah, you handed it to me. I never gave it back to you.
Okay, so Zephyrion still has the note.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry that this happened to you. I don't think you caught a glance at the note, but it was addressed to me. These people, your friends, they were killed to send a message to me. I'm sorry that my mission, I'm sorry that your people is involved in this.
Wolfriend?
Hmm?
Why am I home? Why my people?
I don't know. All I know is that the bastards that did this deserve to be put in the ground.
I agree.
If you will have it, we will make sure that these people cannot do what they did ever again. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that doesn't change the fact that the departed are in the Night Mother's embrace now. But we can at least give their souls some closure. We'll get the people who've done this.
At this point, Uzmir and Riven start approaching.
I suppose those two are finished laying your friends to rest. I trust.
Uzmir?
Just looking towards Riven.
Riven sighs, but nods, trying to deceive his friend.
No worries,
Can
Mavra.
I
They've been taken care of.
Yes, you can
insight check Riven.
Yeah, can I have Riven roll a perception check?
The one thing he's good at. Oh, that's not good. Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
Oof!
Riven is not being able to hold his face at all in any sort of lying demeanor.
Yeah.
There's even Mavra realizes Mavra's passive insight is definitely higher than 9. Riven is, as he nods in confirmation, look of
Angry.
disdain and anger on his face. That confirmation was false.
I am going to mouth, what happened?
Riven's just gonna point at Uzmir and just shake his head. Fucking little bastard. Trying to think I'm such an idiot when I'm not an idiot trying to do shitty things to friends, that bastard. As Riven just trails off. He's just not gonna get into this.
Had one job.
So they're taken care of.
They're taken care of.
Seems that way.
They're not reanimated into corpses of their former self, and they are put to rest.
I'm just gonna think to myself, some might disagree on that point. But okay.
What you consume becomes one with your flesh. A life is a life.
And as in death, life shall be.
Right. Anyway, let's go save our people.
We've
I'm
dallied
gonna
enough.
go try
Where's-
to coax these birds into moving.
Where's Sir Grimheart?
Is Severian like that far? So, or does it just keep going?
No, I stopped. I moved myself where I was going to be.
Yeah, he's over here. So if you want to talk to Mr. Grumpy over there, I'll.
Okay, so I'd like to make this very apparent. I'm not grumpy. I have a very neutral face right now. I'm not angry. I'm not anything like. Zephyrian is not angry or anything. He's very much standing there waiting. He doesn't. He's not like showing to be mad or anything.
Yep. And Riven still calls him Grumpy.
Alright, I'm just gonna sort of wave him over. We're leaving.
Finally, I say under my breath.
Alright, and back to the cart I go.
Riven's actually going to wait for the cart to move past him before doing anything.
As Uzmir gets on the cart on the buckboard and tries to urge the axe beaks forward, they are reticent. And as you try to continue to coax them, they seem to want to back off for a moment before you see the ravens en masse begin to disappear, almost fade into shadow, one by one. And off in the distance on the road, you see a small humanoid form walking, limping towards you guys before she collapses on the ground.
We all see this, or?
Yeah. Anyone who's outside of the carriage at this point.
Oh.
I was probably
shit.
like just getting in at this point.
Yeah, I'm
Time to
over
sprint
back.
towards her.
Oh hells.
Do we hear anything? Like, does Mobber yell?
There's
does
somebody
anyone
out
say anything?
there.
Someone's collapsed.
Meow.
Well,
We
you
should
guys can
probably
go
be
with
at
that.
least a little cautious.
Yeah, Riven's going to summon his packed weapon again, since I guess he disabled it for to move the bodies.
Okay.
Do we know who it is? See them? Or just walk up?
As you begin approaching closer and closer, you see bits of a porcelain mask, this small humanoid form, and then just dark cloak face down on the ground on the road. You see the cloak is torn and ripped. You see blood seeping through the fabric. And you see the porcelain mask is cracked, where you see this almost pristine, like almost porcelain white skin underneath the mask as well, of a young girl with blackened hair.
Do I
You know
recognize anything they're wearing, or like who they are at
I'm
all?
gonna run straight up and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. So Wolfriend, go ahead and roll a history or religion check.
Religion. Oh!
Oh, I didn't fucking do it. Oh, not Lesser Restoration. Wrong one. I meant freaking Pray of Healing.
Prayer of healing.
Yeah. No, not Pray of Healing. It'd probably be something else. Could it be something
Cure
instant?
wounds?
I'll just do Healing. No, I'm gonna do Healing Word.
Okay.
I'll probably
So-
cast it at third level.
Okay. Wolfriend, you do not know the name of the organization that the figure belongs to, but you've seen them before. You know that figures like this have worked closely with the Order of the Black Fang before, though only minorly and
Order of the
only
Ebon
when
Fang.
absolute. What's up? Of the Ebon Fang, yes.
Ebon Fang, yeah.
But only in a tertiary manner, like only when absolutely necessary. Um, the Ebon Fang can be brutal, but from what you've seen of individuals wearing these garments like this, almost mimicking the garb of the Night Mother, their brutality knows almost no bounds from what you've seen. And the fact that you see this young girl, probably not more than 11 or 12 years old, wearing these garments, it kind of racks your mind as to the brutality that you've seen individuals in this garb be capable of before, and trying to rectify that with the actions of a child at this point in time.
Oh, hells. Is she registering as, like, a friend? Like, ally? I guess?
Well, I just ran up and healed her, so.
Well, right.
As
Also, sorry.
as you heal her, you see some of her wounds start to heal up, but
Does she look stable enough for me to start casting Prayer of Healing, the 10-minute version?
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's bleeding out at this time. Although she
I'm
does,
going to-
she has lost a lot of blood at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start prepping Prayer of Healing to try and get her healed more.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of guide her to lie down on her back.
Yeah, she's still fully unconscious, so as you turn her over, you see the porcelain mask fall away from her face, and as it does, you see this full, pristine, probably 11 or 12-year-old Valian girl, Valian being demarcated by the crystal in her forehead. Opaque and white, almost matching her skin tone, almost matching the color of the mask that she was wearing. Her face is even bloodied, and as you turn her over, the wounds on the front of her body are much more severe than the ones on her back. Like, this little girl has been through hell.
Oh, hells. So young. Sir Grimheart, can you get her up?
I'm just gonna be sitting here praying, like prepping my thing, like doing my 10-minute cast time, and I'm gonna kind of look him to the side. Like, I'm gonna side eye him really hard.
Right. Let's see.
I'm gonna pick the porcelain mask up off the ground and study it.
Okay.
He's casting a spell, and how long's it gonna take?
I have used it around Mavra before, so Mavra does know this spell.
So Mavra, it takes about 10 minutes to cast a spell.
It takes a while, I think.
A while.
This is the long time spell, right?
I'm just gonna look at you because I'm in the middle of praying, so like.
Yeah, yes, this is long time spell.
Oh, hells. Right, I'm going to... She's stable at this point?
Yeah.
From
Did you say
best,
that in
best I
here?
can tell? This is me, like... Yeah, she's stable?
Yes.
From what I can see? Yeah, okay. I'm going to pump 5 points of lay on hands into her, just see if I can't get her eyes to open.
I'm going to stand up and draw my bow and just be vigilant of our surroundings.
Okay.
Right, I think Sir Grimheart and I have things here. Uzmir? Lady Ithilden? Keep an eye out for the person who did this. Where's Riven?
He's watching our back.
I think he's with the birds.
Right, that's acceptable. That's acceptable.
I'm gonna take a step away, and as I'm doing it, I'm slipping the porcelain mask into my pack.
Okay, what were you wanting to garner from it?
Just if just any noticeable features to it. It didn't really like. I already knew that I wasn't gonna like probably gain much from it, so.
Do I clock Uzmir taking the mask?
Uzmir,
Light a hand.
roll a sleight of hand.
Woof. Perception for me?
Yep.
Oof.
Dang it.
You do not clock him grabbing the porcelain mask and putting it in his belongings.
I
Yes.
walked away. It was a quick slide. Sneaky fox. Sneaky slime.
Sneaky slime.
Oh, actually, this would have been a perfect moment.
So are we just gonna say 10 minutes pass by here and like our test, or are we gonna do anything else during it?
Yeah. So as the time passes by, your prayer of healing completes. So you can go ahead and roll for that.
Yeah, my 5 points didn't wake her up, did they?
Nope.
Did it click?
Not in my screen, no.
Did what click?
It is. Oh, I was trying to see if it showed once I got the refresh. Roll 20.
I do not see it.
Ah, terrible roll 20.
While we're waiting him to refresh with this mask, because I am now dedicated, I am going to reach into my bag and actually absorb it into me to like my extra dimensional space fucking bullshit.
Okay.
Cause I guess would it be considered a small object?
It is a small object.
Hell yeah.
Why is it not letting me click it in roll 20?
I do not know. That is weird.
Yeah, because I'm clicking it, it's just not doing it. Like, it's not asking for level or anything. Just not doing it.
Prayer of healing, right?
Uh-huh.
How many hit points is it going to heal? I would just roll that many.
It's a 2d8 plus spellcasting modifier.
Alright, so go ahead and just roll 2d8 and add your spellcasting modifier, which is your wisdom modifier.
Yep, what is that? Do wisdom. Or art thou wisdom? Plus 3. Damn, she healthier.
And I will do this real quick. Fucking huge.
Damn, she big.
Okay. As you heal her 17 hit points, you hear her groan, and as she kind of groans with pain, the scars and cuts on her face begin to heal up a little bit. As her eyes open.
As
Go ahead.
she's coming to, I'm just going to say, "It's all right. You're with friends."
Kind of blink and confused, inquisitively, her eyes kind of look across the people standing around her.
Take it slow. You were hurt badly.
Ilara, where's Liliana?
Elara.
Ilara.
Oh, you know this girl? Oh, well, that answers my first question, I suppose.
Oh, Liliana tried. Too strong.
Who?
Who's he?
Shouldn't told me to run.
Does the name Cedric Elwyn ring a bell?
You see a look of fear in her eyes.
That answers my question. I had a vision. Or I assume it was one. Wasn't like the others. Is Liliana and Lucian And I'm just gonna like kind of let my words linger there a moment.
Don't know. Trying to get to the Blightwood. We were attacked. The Iron Brand, I think their names were. A necromancer. That man. One who was too strong. Called him the Blade. There was no life in his eyes.
My hands just curl up into fists. Where were you attacked? Do you think they're still nearby?
She passes out.
And hells.
I'm going to scoop her up and take her back to the carriage.
Yes, let's get her out of the cold at the very least.
Whee!
The Wii.
You need the sound effects, the people gotta know. I'm going to tend her in the wagon. See, Malva's very soft-hearted because this kid scared the shit out of her before.
I mean, she did try to control us both.
And tried to kill me.
She's pretty strong.
So, what's the situation?
Lara looks to be hurt.
Ilara.
Eliara? Yeah.
So, where are the other two then?
I'm
I don't-
missing some information here. You know this person?
Yes, this is a member of the Veil. We had
Veil.
yes.
Does
the
that
Veil.
ring a bell at all to me? Beyond what I've already gleaned from just her from her initial appearance?
You've never heard of the Veil before.
Not true. We talked about them the other day. I was about to say, remember? Because I sent a message to Liliana.
No.
And I was talking. Oh, you were asleep. No, it was after that actually. You were there because I was talking to everyone about sending the message out.
He was half asleep. He was trying to get rid of his point of exhaustion at that point in time.
I was likely asleep.
Well, Veth'Arden here sent a message to them. It was one of his contacts to gather more information about them. Apparently, they were in peril.
You would have thought we would have ran him up on this after he woke up, but besides the point.
Well,
It's
yes,
fine. You're doing it now.
We encountered them on our escort mission previously. They were looking for artifacts of the Night Mother, and their mission took them to Umbra, and it was part of a vision I had that led me into encountering them. So when we found out about the Blackwood, I started thinking about sending them a message, and the message I got back from their leader, Liliana, was telling, to say the least. It was her talking about where we were, and once I sent a message back to tell her we were on our way, it got intercepted by a man I know pretty well. The man I asked her about, Cedric Elwyn, or I should say Captain Elwyn. He was a guard over in Aucourt Keep, where I'm from. He's the one who exiled, or threw me out. I wouldn't say exiled. It's why I've been so on edge. He's strong. He's one of the strongest people I know.
And we have to fight this person.
Hence why I wanted to raise the dead. Numbers might not do much, but give us a better fighting chance. You guys don't understand what we're getting into against this man. He was the guard captain of Allcourt Keep. You don't understand what that means. Then I can only blame your social standings for that.
I will say,
But it's a very
Wolfrand. Let me interrupt you quick. Wolfrand, the guard captain of Allcourt Keep. Allcourt Keep is the main military headquarters for the Theocracy, so this guy would have been like the head of that entire keep.
Nine hells. That's him?
Yes. Do you see why I was trying to raise the dead early, which you stopped me from doing? I understand trying to, and I'm going to plug back into this. I understand trying to save her from emotional damage, but I'm trying to keep us all safe from death.
Right.
I'm not going to keep harping on this, though.
What's done is done.
Yes, we need to
Not
move
another
on.
word, please. We need to get to Umbra, and quickly.
Umbra. We just came from Umbra.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Alari.
Ilari.
Ithalor?
Ithalor is past Alari into the actual Blightwood. Alari is the town right on the edge of the Blightwood, on the northern edge.
And to get there, I guess we have to go through all of this. And with a note that was found on the bodies, I guess. It's not only just a warning, it's an open invitation. Which means there are probably traps around all past that area over there.
More than certainly. I honestly think we should take some time to try and let our little friend rest. Us rushing in there, bring someone injured, might not be the smartest thing. And we didn't just see I wasted a lot of my own spells.
It could.
Right.
But resting could also mean that your friends, Veth'Arden, are slowly being tortured or probably being killed at this point.
My friends? I have no friends in the Blightwood.
Well, you seem to care a lot about those masked individuals anyway, as I like to call them.
I care about them enough that they serve the Night Mother. They are allies of ours, yes. But if my vision, which I think had an underlying tone, told me anything, I don't know if they're even with us still. Especially seeing as how when I sent the message, normally the person receiving it that gets it, like, I can not think of very many ways that my message be intercepted.
Well, I could care less. The only one I want really alive is Lucian, since he knows a bit about my father. Other than that, could care less, to be honest. I just want something or another from this. And for us to stay alive, that's it. So if it's a rest needed...
How far out from Alari are we at this point?
You guys are about a week away from Alari.
A week. Alright.
At the very least, I think we should wait for her to wake up so we know how far away her ambush was. Or when I looked at her, how fresh were her wounds?
They were a few days old.
Oh, okay, never mind. Like, we can backtrack on that. I was going off the assumption she was just out of a fight.
Also, they're a few days old.
Yeah, that's my bad then.
So,
we know that these people here were ambushed about a week ago, and if we look at her wounds, it was not something recent. We just need to tread carefully.
We do. It's another week with our cart? Is that correct? Another week of travel?
If we can get it to move.
If we can get it to move. How long would it be on foot?
On foot going this distance. You know that from around this area probably take you maybe a little over a week and a half, bordering on 2 weeks.
I'm gonna just kind of walk over to Uzmir put my hand on his shoulder and say, I really don't feel like walking. Can you please at least try and get them to move? And I'm gonna cast guidance on him and then walk to the back of the carriage.
Well, if not, then Uzmir can always pull the cart himself.
I can always
Right.
just pull the cart myself.
Yep. I'll get into the cart.
Okay. As you all pile in, now with another person with you. Or if you want to roll animal handling.
And don't forget the guidance bonus, which is 1d4.
Yep. Four?
Ooh, 18.
18. So with most of the ravens gone now, almost like somebody lost concentration on a spell they were holding. While feel the cart lurch forward as the birds begin pulling it, moving along. Now their concerns no longer as concerned.
Uzmir, get on here. I have no clue how to control this thing.
Yeah. I did that move my token. I gotcha.
As you guys begin traveling again, it's a couple days before Ilara regains consciousness. Her form reaches upwards very quickly as she wakes up from what seems to be a nightmare, as she screams and she looks around, and you see her starting to grab towards her sides as she picks up what looks like this small metal rod with an aether stone in the end. Very ornate and decorative, but she holds it out like she's about to cast a spell.
Easy.
Ilara,
Easy.
it's okay. It's okay. You're okay. You're with us. Zephyrion is in the back too.
I was muted. Laura, you're awake.
Weren't you riding on the back?
Well, I'm right here. I'm gonna hop in, hearing that.
Oh, okay.
There's a door on the back. Where's Uncle Lucian? Where's Liliana?
We were hoping you would answer that. I sent Liliana a message. I'm assuming that's how you found us.
Head north. Run. Saw Uncle Lucian, he lost his arm.
How long were you running for?
Couple days.
Oh god.
Well, you can rest now.
Do you want something to eat? You need your strength.
Hey, Laura,
Where are we going? Are we going to Umbra?
We are going to Alari.
No, you can't go there.
What happened?
Liliana said you can't go there.
I'm afraid we must.
Alari is
Laura.
a big city.
I have a question for you. Was your guys' mission what took you there?
Yes.
I'm to assume they have a relic?
Yes, one stolen. There was a man, just called him the Blade.
He stole it?
I don't know how he got it.
Did they also take the one Liliana had?
I don't know. Liliana and Nushin were still fighting, but they were very, very hurt.
Hmm. Do you think you can watch where I normally watch Mavra?
Sure.
Thanks. I'm going to take a moment and look at Ilara, and as I look upon her, I'm going to try my best to convene with the Night Mother. I'm gonna do everything I can, knowing I'm gonna cast I'm gonna use guidance to see if I can find a way to talk to her.
Talk to the Night Mother?
Try and at least convene with her, see if she can show me something. I want to understand what's going on with the members of the Veil, or if there's anything I can glean about the situation we're going into.
Roll a religion check.
And then would I be able to do that with guidance as well, since it's beforehand, or no?
Yep.
Okay.
What are you trying to glean from the Night Mother?
I'm trying to glean two things. The more important of the two is the situation going in the Blightwood and everything. Just an overall, trying to see what's going on there. And the second one is about the members of the Veil and their current situation. If they're alive, dead, or if they're with her now, you know?
Oh. Yeah. So as you reach out for a connection with the Night Mother, your vision locked on Lara, you see your surroundings shift. As this happens, you see a snowy field, blood on the ground. You see what looks like a battered and beat fortress behind scenery around you. You see a hulking figure clad in scorched armor, bearing a pitch-black halberd, standing as this imposing and relentless force, his eyes devoid of life, and he gleams with an ominous aura. He's facing two figures shrouded in black cloaks wearing porcelain masks, a man and a woman. As this battle unfolds between them, this haunting dance of shadows and death, the man and the woman move with grace, working together, movements synchronized as if guided by some otherworldly force. And despite this, grim circumstances begin to take place. There's an air that hangs heavy on this dimly lit battlefield as snow falls around them. With a swift and powerful swing, you see this obsidian halberd, the hulking warrior cleaving through the air, severing the man's arm from his body. It flies about 30 feet to the side, landing in the snow, sliding slightly. Then blood begins seeping into the white around it. The halberd's blade, as dark as the night itself, pulses with an unsettling energy as it rends through the flesh and bone. The man, though his expression hidden behind the mask, does not even cry out in pain, but instead turns around, and from where your vision is coming from, you're close to the ground, your form not as tall as it was. You just see his his form turn towards you, and as you hear coming out from below the mask, just run north. The woman steps forward between the porcelain masked man, blocking off the hulking figure. And as that figure steps forward, her cloak billowing, she moves towards him, going for the kill, closing the gap between herself and the armored behemoth. And as she meets with him, the descending blade of the halberd comes crashing down on her, ripping through her chest, piercing her body, and you see a crimson ribbon of life that flows from the wound, staining the dark blade and splattering across the snowy ground. You see this unfold before your eyes. Sacrifices made as your vision turns away from them, and you just feel yourself running. You feel your breath getting heavy, you feel the cold around you, stumble and trip over yourself, and as you move away, you look back, and as the battle gets further and further away, your vision comes back to yourself in the carriage.
And so, just out of character still, when I saw the halberd, is it described as a silver halberd with, or a black halberd with silver and black energy extending from half of the symbols with like kind of Night Mother imagery on it?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. And was there any other mention of any weapons there as well? Or were there any other weapons that seemed of note to me?
The dagger that the woman was wielding was reminiscent of an item taken from a caravan that you guys were protecting.
That's exactly what I was trying to ask. Okay. Roger. Do I recognize where that fortress was? Or the fortress? Yeah.
I mean, you're not used to the landscape around here. All you saw was a snowy landscape with bundles of trees and stuff that were slightly scorched, and this pretty battered fortress.
And is that the biggest landmark I would recognize?
Yeah, everything else just looks kind of the same as what you've been seeing most of your journey.
All right. Cool. Let me save these notes. I'm gonna knock. Like I'm gonna kind of come out of my trance. I'm gonna knock on the door. Call Mavra in. Mavra.
Yes?
You're gonna want to hear this. I'll need your expertise.
What?
Just come join us. I had a vision. I'm gonna try and put a hand on Ibarra's shoulder. I'm sorry. I just saw
Pulls away
what
from
happened.
you.
That's all right.
Whoops.
I saw where it was. Mavra, is there any area with a battered fortress that might stick out to you? Like an old dilapidated fortress almost. Or really...
Would I happen to know anything regarding a location like that?
You can roll a history check with disadvantage because you're not from the area.
And would Uzmir also know?
Oh.
Uzmir might
Well.
also know, so Uzmir can roll a history check as well.
Yay!
Rolls for everybody.
None of you guys know.
Uzmir
Except
don't
for
know
Riven.
shit yet. I mean, being from the
Dude, I don't
area,
know.
I should get like some.
Yeah, Uzmir, you can roll with advantage.
Because you're old.
So that would give you a 16. Mavra didn't get out much. Child outside of the forest. Uzmir,
I really didn't.
you know of a abandoned fortress from long ago during the war with the High Elves. Here. Name of this, right? Back during the fall of Valthanis, there was a fortress that was pivotal in the Wood Elves as well as the human stance against the High Elves about 450 years ago. Known as the Forsaken Hold, this was the last standing structure in the war where they were held up before finally overtaking the High Elves and basically booting them off of the continent of Nadira and sending them back to their homeland of the Silvervine Isles. It is not too far into the Blightwood, on the other side of Alari.
What was it
Where
called again?
the Forsaken Hold.
Oh.
So where, in relation from Alari where Ithalor is, Ithalor is to the southeast. This fortress would be to the southwest of Alari. Bordering the edge of the northwestern edge of the forest.
Forgive me as I open up my encyclopedia. Where was you reading at on your? I'm really bad with names at the second.
Are you talking about the Fall of Vathanis or the Forsaken Hold?
The Forsaken Hold.
It's not in World Anvil yet.
Oh, okay.
It's in World Anvil, but it's not published because it's not fully, like, I don't have everything in there for it yet.
Right. So I know of a fortress. It's It's a bit further than the town that we was heading towards, but it's called the Forsaken Hold.
And what you think it's gonna be the hideout that the bandits are in?
I mean, if I was a group of bandits, I'd use it as a hideout. I mean, it's
So,
a fortress. It's pretty easy to guard.
when you said it was a few days past, how far and long is it?
3 days till you reach Alari.
In the fortress?
The fortress is, according to Uzmir, probably another 2-day journey southwest of Alari.
So probably around 5 days from here.
Is the fortress ringing any bells, Ilara?
There was a keep. We were surveying it from the outside. Lucian received a vision that the Night Warden was there. That monster had it.
Do I recognize anything by a Night Warden?
Roll a religion check.
The music got minimized, by the way, so we can't hear it.
Oh, did it?
Wait, there's
Here.
music?
Yeah, in the stream and Discord.
Oh.
Here. Alright, can you hear now?
Yes, I can.
Religion check. Okay. As you kind of think on the name of the Night Warden, you know you heard Lucian mention of it when you guys first encountered him, when he's speaking of the reasoning why they were there and why they were needing out of your caravan, that there are some sacred weapons forged with the magic of the Night Mother, and then you goes back to your vision where you see this halberd of silver and black, and it keys into your mind that that must be what she is referring to as the Night Warden.
Oh, the weapon as a Night Warden?
Yeah.
Roger. We know where we need to go now, though, at least. More information than we had to start with. Though I'm rather remiss heading into a situation that those two couldn't handle. We're gonna need to have a solid plan.
We will. There
I
are
know
some
you-
folks I can perhaps... If I can locate them, they will be invaluable allies. But...
Actually, Wolfrin, can you roll a history check with advantage?
Yes. 13.
You have actually heard of the Forsaken Hold. That is the stronghold that the Black Stags call their home.
Ah.
You've never been there, but you've heard that that is their base of operations.
Right. Yes. Right. It seems that the keep has some new owners, but I know their previous ones. And it sounds as though they've been kicked out. But I do not find it likely that they'd be all dead.
Regardless, we should continue on our way. I don't know what else we can do yet. Maybe as we get closer to the city, we can find more information.
Hey, not much to dwindle right now. We should just get to the city first.
Yes, let's.
Come on, Uzmir, can't these things move faster?
Only if you want to get bucked off.
Yeah,
Out of
really.
character, yeah, move faster. I want to get to combat. Woo.
We try to move faster.
I mean, you can push them as hard as you want. They will move faster. You can cover a lot more ground, but there's going to become a point where the animals will not be able to move anymore. Which would kind of put a damper on. As you guys speed up the wagon, push it forward more and more, and as you guys start covering this distance, those individuals inside the wagon who are with this young girl, it occurs to you all that with the distance from the keep you are now heading to where you guys are now, be covered in much fewer days than what the distance should be called for. The amount of strain that this girl has put herself through to reach you all is astonishing yet worrisome at the same time.
Hey, pause for like 2 seconds. I'm getting a call from work.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about that. Good.
Problem. So this sorry, I just don't want it to be stuck on the same map page. Good. So, you guys push your axe beaks fast as they can go. You guys start covering quite a bit of distance. It only takes you about a day and a half to get to Lari, and your axe beaks are exhausted. At this point in time, they'll need a day or two to rest, or you guys will need to acquire new axe beaks, which to continue the speed of which you guys were moving.
Well, we
So
could
we're at
see if we
Alar?
could trade them in here.
We should get winter clothes and whatnot while we're here.
We should.
As you get down a little, okay? The mood is
It
from.
just-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So,
I said it is burned to the ground.
it is burned to the ground.
This bitch crispy.
Alari, as Uzmir and Mavra are aware of, is a bustling hub for adventurers travelers. Though the mood here is somber to say the least. As you guys are approaching Mavra, Uzmir, you guys are taken aback probably more than the others as you start approaching. Still smoke rising about different portions of the Blightwood. You see refugees from the forest and the area surrounding being basically flooded of Alari. Different adventurers as well as clerical orders here taken to trying to give as much aid as possible. But the amount of Tirkaran elves who have fled into the city, burned and otherwise injured, is astronomical, to say the least. As you guys ride into town, the guards stop you at the gate, and they go, "Sorry, we're not allowing any entrances to the city at this time. As you can see, we're kind of stuck on refugees. All the inns are taken up. Don't have any more room for travelers. And not to say I don't trust you all, but honestly, I can't afford to trust any travelers coming here right now."
What happened?
Tragedy. Seems as though Ithalor has been taken by some bandit organization.
Ithalor?
Yes, Ithalor. Quite a few people made it out, but from what I hear, the losses were grave.
Oh. What of the ruling families?
I couldn't tell you. Look, I'm just a guard. We have orders, so that's as much as I know about it. I haven't been keeping stock of the individuals who have made it out, but
You don't understand. That's my home.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't change the fact that it's gone now. We have our hands full taking care of the refugees, so if you're here to cause trouble, we don't want any of your trouble. Kind of looks the group up and down.
You can't just retake it.
Retake what? The cindering ashes left in its place? There's nothing to take back. Half the forest has gone up in flames. Most of the culprits got away. Their numbers are too high for us to send a couple bands of adventurers after them, let alone the dangers they proved to have already accomplished. So, we wait. We've sent letters of writ to Sylvanas on the coast. Hopefully Her Majesty will be able to send us aid soon, but until then we hold up here. Our walls will hold out for as long as we need them to. We'll make sure of that. Not worth sending our people out to die.
Well, glorious leader, it's your call.
Well, what's our plan? We need new axe beaks, but I didn't take we planned to stay in the city for long, if at all.
Excuse me, guard.
Yes.
Is there any way we can get at least someone to get us some clothes if we hand them some money? We are ill prepared to travel much further in the winter, and if we're not allowed inside the city, at least like anyone can do is to help us out here.
Well, wait, hold on. I thought we all got clothes back in Umbra.
Did we?
No, you guys did not get winter clothes back in Umbra.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no,
It
we
surprised me too, yeah. You guys went on a whole shopping binge, then you didn't get potions, and then you guys had to go back to get potions, and then still didn't get winter clothes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Could have sworn we did.
No, we didn't. You were the only one that didn't because you had winter clothes already, remember?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so no one else did.
The rest of us didn't.
Huh.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Roll a persuasion check, Zephyrion.
Roger, give me a moment.
Roger.
These are not the Jedi you're looking for.
Can I use guidance myself? No, I already asked him, but let me think. Come here, persuasion. Come on, I roll.
19.
Bad.
Look, we can let one of you in. You can get your shopping underway. Just don't cause any trouble, please. You can elect who you want to send in.
Please, 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 please. Please. Please.
It will not be Mavra to start with.
Zephyrion,
What?
oh, thank you for volunteering.
Mavra, I'm sorry, but I don't, as much as this is going to sound terrible, want to let you go off on your own the way you are currently.
We can.
Those are my people.
Yes, it is your people, which makes you a lot more prone to emotional outbursts. We don't know what you're going to see in there, and you're not going to have any of us in there with you.
Zephyrion, you're such a jerk.
Yes, but at least I'm trying to make sure you're safe. Anyone else who wishes to go?
I think you should.
Yeah,
Fine.
that would probably make things worse.
Before you do, we should take stock of everything we need. Clothing, our axe beaks need to rest. Or I need
I'll
to
try
trade
and get
them
us
out,
some
if
axe
anything.
beaks. They should be
Yes.
somewhere near here.
You could see if they could trade in the axe beaks we have.
That's fine.
Is it possible to find word on the goings on in what was the place? Ithalor?
I will ask the Adventurers Guild for a list of refugees as well if they have one. See if there's anyone that Mavra might recognize, and maybe after they'll let her come in. But until then, I'll be back. So winter clothes and axe beaks, Adventurers Guild for information. Shouldn't be long.
So Zephyrion disappears into a crowd of refugees. Find your way through the city, asking for directions here and there, and you find yourself to a, for lack of a better term, like an adventurer, like general store. Any supplies that you might need. As you walk by, you see they do have winter clothing. You get everyone suited up with winter, around 20 to 30 gold pieces. 5 gold pieces. Clothes.
Sounds good. I'm gonna pay it. Let me do that real quickly.
Moving away from there, you make your way to where you find a building marked as the Adventurers Guild, much smaller than one that back in Elm Path, but still a large.
I'm gonna enter in and look around to see if I can find the receptionist or someone that might be able to help me.
Yeah, as you walk into the building, you are met by tables pushed to walls, the floor space taken up mostly by injured refugees, people tending to them. You see over at the bar counter, you see a Tirkaran woman who is like currently giving out orders for people to go get more medicines and potions and stuff.
Excuse me.
Yes, can I help you? We're kind of busy at the moment.
Oh yeah, sorry. I won't take too much of your time. I just have a few questions. I am Zephyrian Grimheart, leader of Morkala, adventure group from Umbra. We just happened to have come into this situation. I was wondering if you had any information that might help me. Seem to be a little stuck at the moment.
We're all a little stuck at the moment. What?
Yes,
What
but I
are you
don't
wanting? What are you trying to figure out?
just what's going on. I should have worded that better.
Somebody attacked Ithalor, and we're dealing with the aftermath. That is what's going on.
Is there a refugee camp or somewhere where I can find a leader of the refugee camp?
Refugees are spread across the city right now. We're having trouble enough finding beds for them all, but as far as the leaders go, everything's in a lot of disarray. I know that there was talk of someone being taken. I'm not sure of the name, but
That's more than enough.
she was a daughter of a chief or something like that.
Daughter of a chief. You know where she was taken?
No, I just know she was taken by the bandits.
The bandits. Is there any information on the bandits? Or any word of any kind of subjugation force?
What I hear, they bore markings of the Iron Brand, which is what has the city guard on its heels mostly, but there's no confirmation of that, so...
I see. And there's no plans to currently send anyone out after them, or is there?
No, we can't afford to lose the people. The guards are spread thin enough, pulling double duty trying to guard the city walls 24/7. The adventurers here are trying to aid us in every way that they can, but the Iron Brand is nothing to scoff at, and we don't have higher than silver ranked adventurers here in town anyway.
I see. Final question, and I'll get out of your hair. Do you know anywhere that may have fresh axe beaks?
I mean, there's a couple stables in town that you'd probably be able to get some axe beaks from, but...
Any you can point me to in particular?
Yes, if you go to the eastern sector, there's a small axe beak stable called... It's called the Crested Roost.
Alright. Well, thank you for your time. I will be heading there shortly. And as I walk out, you said there was refugees, correct?
Yes.
Do any of them look to carry themselves with like an air of like confidence, or not even really confidence? Like they look like they would be have like of importance.
I'm rolling an inside check.
Did it roll? Oof, did I roll a fucking 1?
Rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
Looking over the refugees, you see weak and feeble people, beaten and battered, none of which seem to have any sort of air of authority or power.
Okay. I'm gonna head to the stable she told me about.
You head across town to the eastern sector, you find yourself at the Crested Roost. Led by an elven man, very hurriedly, looking like he's packing up a wagon full of grain and other supplies.
Well, met friends, I'm gonna say in Elvish.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm a bit busy now. What can I help you with?
I won't take much of your time. I'm trying to get some replacements for my axe beaks. They are exhausted.
Where are they?
They're currently at the gate. My party was denied entrance as they're not allowing new visitors. So we're just trying to get new axe beaks to be on our way.
Okay, do you have a preference on gender or age or anything, or are you just needing something to get you down the road?
I need hardier ones, at least something that's going to get me at least to where I need to go and back.
My stock is so low at this point, I can't promise you anything. I have a couple axe beaks, but one's an old mare and the other one is, well, I wouldn't call him tame by any means, but if you want him, you can have him.
May I take a look at them first?
Sure. He leads you around back where you see like this almost gray feathered axe beak who's definitely up there in age, so she is fairly large. In a pen, she seems calm enough, and then you, looking around, see this other younger axe beak who, like, he is covered in scars. Like, it looks like he like bangs himself against the walls and the fences and everything like that. Like, when he said he wasn't tamed, he's like, the axe beak is not broken in by any means.
As I'm looking at the older one, does it look like it's at least in good health?
Yeah, she looks like she's in good health. She's well taken care of. Even the
Okay.
younger one is like in fairly good health. He's just definitely like puts himself through a lot.
Do you mind if I at least try and see if I can handle the rowdier one?
Be my guest. I'm getting out of here. I wasn't planning on taking them with me, so do what you will with them. I'm not sticking around to see the Iron Brand take the whole town of Alari.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna guide myself to try and like calm him so I can like pet him or something.
And do an animal handling check.
And using guidance with it.
Yep.
Oh.
Additional D4.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
11. You start to approach slowly, and as your hand reaches up, you get fairly close before it swings its head towards you, and tries to snap at your hand, but you pull your hand back fast enough. It rears up and kicks at the stall door. It's hardy enough that it doesn't break down.
You weren't kidding. This one is rowdy. But I don't have very much other choice.
Sorry, friend, if you were here a couple days earlier, I would have had more in stock, but people are fleeing and they need things to flee on.
It's alright, I understand. How much would it be to purchase these two?
Call it 10 gold and we're even.
I'll just purchase them then.
Right. He holds out his hand for the 10 gold.
I just shot the 10 gold in his hand.
Yeah. He walks over to his wagon, you see him throw a chest in and then a couple more bags of some sort of produce in the wagon. Gets up on the buckboard and whips the reins at the axe beak that's at the front of it and starts rolling down the street.
I'm gonna take them and try to guide them back over towards where the others are.
Yep, roll animal handling.
Alright.
You guiding yourself again?
Yep.
Okay.
Lucky.
You are able to, though it takes you a while, and one of them very much does not like it at all, you are able to get both of the axe beaks to the northern gate where your friends are still sitting.
Guys. I found this Everything we needed.
Look who's back. Our glorious leader.
I'm assuming that I can tell that these animals are distraught.
Yes.
Well, one of them is.
Yeah, one of them seems like just kind of not having it for the amount of exuberance of the other one, but the other one just does not want to be here.
I'm gonna step up and be like, whoa, 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 and like try to calm the axe beaks down.
Alright, roll an animal handling check.
25.
25.
boy.
Yeah, it takes you about a minute, but kind of connecting with them, you get the one that is acting out to kind of calm itself and be a little bit more docile for the moment.
For the moment. Rolled a fucking 19 and it's for the moment.
Well, a natural 20.
He's got
I'm
better
gonna-
dice.
This is the best I could find with such short notice. And I'm gonna walk over to the old one, which I would have like put the winter gear on top of to walk over.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Everyone should get a cloak. At least gonna keep us warm.
Is it heavier than the cloak I currently have on?
Oh, I don't know if it's a cloak. It's just winter wear. We didn't really talk
okay.
about it.
Yeah, it's like furred boots and then like a winter coat or cloak, your choice, as well as like gloves and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just whatever you would prefer, because it's just it's got a variety.
Yeah.
I'm gonna strap up some winter gear and throw my cloak over the top.
Yeah, Ruben puts his cloak on too.
Mavra, I know you're not the happiest with my decisions, but I was able to get some information. It doesn't seem like there's a lot going on here with the restaurant.
Luca just BRB'd.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Rip.
She said, be right back, broskies. And dipped. Giving them to the guard.
No. We're
Oh.
not. I didn't get food. I just thought about that, and we're probably running low at this point.
You're gonna
Are we
eat
or
the other.
Probably not in front of these axe beaks.
You guys
No,
still
how much
have-
food did we buy? I don't remember.
You guys still have a week's left of rations.
There's enough to get there and come back. Okay.
For now, let's leave them as an emergency supply.
Well, we can't take them with us.
Oh, I thought we were killing them already.
I was going
Right.
to. That was the plan. Because you can never have too much meat.
Guys.
Well, Rolforn has his big ass sword. He could probably do something. We could probably chop their heads off quickly.
Humane.
I-
We have a meal for a day or two.
2 axe beaks, you would have meals for fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah, but the meat will go bad.
Yep.
Do you reckon they could come along if they're not the ones pulling the cart?
Well, we'll have
Yeah.
to feed them.
I don't think they'd
Oh,
be
that's
able to keep
true.
up.
Not be able to keep up. You'd have to cut them loose sooner or later.
And our axe beaks carnivorous? I don't remember.
Yes, they are.
Just saying.
But it's kind of fucked up to feed an axe beak.
Animals in nature practice
Cannibalism.
cannibalism all the time. Look at chickens.
I'm aware. That doesn't make it any less fucked up.
It's a necessity at this point, and we don't have any other food. Last I
Right.
checked, we didn't buy a bunch of it.
Nope.
Well, I say just let it be done.
No chance to turn around and buy food?
You know, I didn't think about it. You want to go take your chances with the guard and see if he'll let us back in?
I suppose.
Well, go for it. I have to have a word with Mavra.
Right.
What I do?
Start approaching the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, friend?
Yeah, what can we help you with now?
Well, it, appears we've forgotten food for our axe beaks. I would be forever grateful if you were to let another one of us back in so we could procure some.
Yeah, sure, why
It'll
not?
be quick, I promise.
Letting everybody in today.
Right. Right, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Alright, just make it quick, please.
Mm-hmm. And I will go in.
Okay. Zephyrion, you go with Mavra.
Oh yeah, Mavra, I need a word with you.
What?
You know any chieftain's daughter? Would that ring a
Yeah,
bell for
all
you?
of them. I am one.
Well, the only thing I've gotten from them is that there was one taken by the bandits recently. And that's all the information they
And
really
you're
had at
telling
the
me
Adventures
that's
Guild.
why.
Promise you I would. There doesn't seem to be any sort of, what's the word, leadership for the refugees at the moment. So even if you rushed in, there wouldn't have been much for you to do, or even seek out. You would have been on a wild goose hunt.
You don't know
I
what
don't
I would
know.
have done, who I would have talked to, what I would have chosen to do. I'm tired of the Furion. I'm tired and my people are dying. I'm tired and my people are dying and they're hurt and I'm not there for them. Alright? I'm tired. Just leave me alone.
So, as information is, Wolfriend disappears into the. Our proverbial camera will pan out past the Givalari southwest, a battered and recently refortified fortress they can hold. Within its walls, a number of refugees in chains. One-armed man in a porcelain mask tied to a pillar across from a woman in a porcelain mask at all who covered in blood. Inside this fortress, the actual interior of the buildings, see a number of cloaked figures, Iron Brand members, a massive Lupin man covered in scars sitting across from Magnus, black-haired necromancer. A man in silvered armor, gray silvered hair as well, markings of the theocracy. And standing in the corner, a massive hulking figure in burnt armor, scorched, holding a halberd at the ready, arguing, though no voices can be heard. As it pans over, Magnus points and follows the line of his indication. A young Yakaran girl, battle wounded, tied up on the ground, bound. Very similar looking to Mavra. That is where we'll end for tonight.
Yep, Mara's gonna go crazy.
What a great time.
Sorry, no combat this time.
Boo.
Will definitely be combat next time.
It's gonna be a couple weeks.
Well, I don't know.
Unless
what
we
is... Unless we can
Yeah,
what?
unless we can fit in another session.
Yeah, I'm free until I leave.
I have tomorrow.
So let's see. Also, thanks everybody for watching. I wanted to cut us off at around 3 hours because when you get past 3 hours, it gets a little bit too much for people to watch sometimes. We leave 26, we get back the 3rd. Yeah, so it'd be a while. So I mean, feasibly we could play tomorrow if people wanted to. I'll leave that up to everybody else. I will be available. So always
I'm
happy
down
to
play
DM.
tomorrow.
Yeah, if it's the same times we did today, I can do tomorrow.
Yep, it'll be the
Yeah,
same
same here.
time. It'll be like 7 to 10.
Central, the real time zone.
Central Standard Time. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the premiere of our D&D game on stream. As you can tell, it's a little bit darker toned. It'd be like that sometimes. There are moments of comedy that we'll run into. For the most part, good roleplay. Combats are going to be good too. These are our characters: Mavra, Zephyrion, Uzmir, Wolfriend, and Riven. All very happy-go-lucky, like very non-scarred or damaged individuals.
Drama? Never heard of her.
Yeah, not at all. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Twitch censors us. Yeah, I mean, most of our comedy was N-words in the first place. I'm joking, that's not true.
He's talking about Naga.
Nagas.
Yeah, the lizard people.
Yeah, the lizard people, that's the N-word. Navajo. Mavra used to be so nice. Yeah, and then she became three-dimensional. So, you guys can catch us tomorrow, it looks like, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll be back to figure out what's going on with the Iron Brand. Also, hey guys, your favorite thing is happening tonight.
Huh?
I'm trying to think of how to word this. Wop, wop. I think that was good. Everyone can level up to level 6.
Ooh,
Oh my god, yay.
Hey.
Shoot, what do I get? What do I get?
Oh, I'll need your help.
So let's
Give
get
me
you
the
guys
juice.
let's get you guys leveled up before tomorrow's game. God knows you're gonna need it.
that's not comforting.
I get Aura of Protection.
That is good. Aura Protection's great. Can you guys yeah, so once you level up your characters, and if anyone needs help, let me know. But go ahead and send me your updated character sheets. I have access to those because that's how I track your guys' passive perception and that kind of stuff that I don't make you roll for. But yeah, again, thanks for everybody who is watching. I know people came and some people went. No problem there. We are going to, let me see real quick, just because I like sharing the love a little bit. We're gonna raid somebody just because that's a nice thing to do, and you guys should spread the love because following somebody costs you nothing and could make somebody's day. So let's see who's online. Ooh, Darling Creepshow is playing Dungeons and Dragons, so we are going to jump over and we are going to raid her. I'm going to start the raid now. Everyone send her love. We're going to be raiding in about 5 seconds. Like I said, following people does not cost anything, so love everybody. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye!
Dipping out of this raid so fast.
I did too. Yeah, I don't blame you. Did I get anything other than level 6?
I don't know. Probably. Might not.
I don't think I did.
I actually don't get a ton else other than Aura of Protection at level 6. Like no new spell slots or anything.
Okay.
Behind the slits.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. At the
And I can
moment.
fire on him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I'm
this is
gonna
the
go
most
ahead and